Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this...
Here we go. Be careful what you wish for, Parker. Hello, Peter.
Yo, what is up, everybody? How it do? How it be? It's been a while since I've streamed on a day that's not Friday. I think this is the first time this year, exactly, if I'm being completely honest. But what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Multiverse of Movies. It's good to be back. And this weekend, I'm going to try to stream 3 days in a row because this weekend's actually one of the first weekends I've had in a while that I'm going to be very available. That's actually why you've seen on my second channel, I've actually been uploading more recently, or at least it feels that way to me because I actually have some videos prepared. But no, I know y'all want to talk about DC, James Gunn. And by the way, I'm in the opinion that I think I'm fine with it. James Gunn literally just got into the position he's in November, late November too. So I'm like, hey, if it's taking a while to make the DC slate, cool. I mean, it's only been 3 months in the job. Like, I'd rather him take his time and make a good slate rather than just kind of rush it out. But anyways, I'm going to be reading some of the chat. So let's actually get into it. Let's see. Yo, we got Lord Vortex. What's up, Vortex? He's one of our moderators, one of the best subscribers I've had ever in any like YouTube ever. So shout out to Vortex, big ball eater boy. Then Ibrahim, I was talking to him on Discord. He says, "Where's your passport?" It's non-existent. I'm just kidding. Yo, King, thank you. And Carter Blake says, give him Gunn some time. And yeah, I even have a poll. Again, my channel is for everyone of any perspective to give their opinion. So if you're pro-gun, anti-gun, whatever, that actually sounds more political now that I'm thinking about it. I mean pro James Gunn, not like pro like gun. But I do have a poll in the chat right now, so go ahead, vote. Let me know your, like, if you want to go more in details, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, let me know if everything's going well, whether it's a microphone, whatever. I am in a different setting right now, as you can tell. Obviously, you got to be rocking my merchandise right here. So let's get into it. He's ruining DC. Well, we don't know that yet, right? James Gunn has not even done anything at DC besides, I mean, well, he's done things, but they're things that are private besides maybe like Henry Cavill, Dwayne Johnson. But we don't know if he's ruined it or not, because for all we know, 2 years comes in and James Gunn makes like awful DC movies. Like the narrative will change once his movies start. Like I think at least by the third movie, we'll get a feeling of whether or not this universe is going to be successful. However, I do hope that the one major thing Warner Bros. Does is give him time, trust the process. Right now, that doesn't mean give him 10 movies and then immediately hope they do well. Like if by the time you're in the third movie and your movies start flopping, they're not doing well with audience and critics, then by that time, then yeah, you can try pulling the plug. But James Gunn does need time, and that is the thing. And we won't know if James Gunn ruins or makes DC better until his movies drop. And I would say by that third movie, whether it's a Green Lantern movie, Batman movie, whatever, by the time we get into the third movie of James Gunn's DC universe, then we can start having more judgments. Insert absolute geek voice. He needs to hurry up. Well, I mean, why though? He just got to the job back in November. So like really doesn't matter. Look, fans are not gonna care until that's when that slate drops. All of this rhetoric we're having is not going to matter. It's not really. But anyways, give Gunn some time. I agree. Red Rock's vlogs. What's up, Red Rock? He says, great intro. Thank you, Red Rock. And Vortex says, yo. Let's see where I am. Anthony Cheeseman says, if he doesn't announce anything in January, it will look bad. Why though? He just got to the job in November. Like, I don't think it really matters realistically if James Gunn announces anything. I do think he should try to announce something as early as possible. But I also, like, it's not going to matter. Like Kevin Feige, I guarantee you, he didn't have a complete plan when he dropped his first 3 movies. Like he always had a plan to eventually do Avengers, have Thanos, do the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. But I guarantee you from that beginning, he didn't have a plan of, oh, let's have Multiverse eventually come in. Let's eventually do Secret Wars. Oh, we're going to do an Ant-Man movie. We're going to do this. I don't think he had a complete vision. And I feel like if we had that same mentality with Kevin Feige, he would have never had the opportunity to do the things he did, because we have to remember the first few MC movies didn't do all that well. Now, the reason why that is because Marvel brought up the comic book genre. They brought it up. And so really they had less to play with than DC. DC has all the characters available. DC is also living during a period where people want to go watch comic book movies. So that's the one benefit DC has over Marvel. Although the main thing Marvel has is that people are already solidified. Like when a Marvel movie comes out, people are going to go regardless, whether it's an unknown character like the Eternals, Shang-Chi, whatever, people are still going to go. DC does not have that luxury. DC still needs to build it from the ground up and gain the audience's trust. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they do as long as they get the audience on board. That's like the main thing. And Vortex says, Isaac's been cooking these past few days. Let him cook, let him cook. I should probably get like a clip like that. Yeah, James Gunn needs more time to make the slate. Let me actually check the poll right now. By the way, smash that like button. I already see Arkham in the chat. I see Patrick in the chat. I see everyone in the chat. So what's up, man? But let me read the poll first. So we have 13 votes so far. By the way, 13 of y'all smash the like button if y'all can. You know, I know 13 is Justin Rowland's favorite number, but over here, all 13 of you are very important. Anyways, 29% say yes, he's taking too long. 57% say no, give him time, and 14% say he's ruining DC. To whoever voted he's ruining DC, I would like y'all to let me know in the comments why you think that, especially because we don't even know what this universe is going to look like. But yeah, I'm in the mindset to give him time, trust the process, you know. But anyways, let's see. Sup Isaac, just stopping by, going to take a nap now. All right, have a good night, man. Don't have any nightmares, and have a good night. Let's see. If he needs more time to make the slate, then he needs to get off Twitter. But okay, first of all, do you really think that Twitter is affecting him not doing the slate? Like, let's all be completely honest. When I go on Twitter, right? By the way, Henry Cavill Superman, y'all already know that's my phone case. But when I go on Twitter and I put out a tweet, that only takes me 5 seconds. That ain't taking nothing of my time. In fact, I actually have a rule of mine not to use my phone for more than an hour. That's one of my rules. Like, I'll use it periodically during the day, but I won't just stay there glued unless like I'm working out and I have like a podcast or some music or whatever. But like, that is one of my rules. But James Gunn only quickly tweets like, but then again, you also have to argue that with every producer or every movie guy. Should Kevin Feige even be allowed to use social media? I mean, like people are acting as if James Gunn using Twitter is causing him not to make these movies. Like, you do realize that's only like 5 minutes at most, right? Like, let's be honest. Kind of huge echo. Facts, Anthony. How Doom hold he and preach nonviolence. I have no idea what we're talking about. Yo, what's up, Derpy? I see you in the chat. Kamazu, what's up in the chat? Even if it's just announcing the first movie in his phase 1, chapter 1, that would be enough for me. Well, technically, he's already done that. He announced that there will be a Superman movie. We just don't know who is going to be Superman. We don't know how old the Superman will be. All we know is there's a young Clark. And so technically, we already got that wish. Just that we don't have an official title, no release date or whatever. But at the end of the day, to me, it's not going to matter. I guarantee you that once a slate drops, no one's going to talk about how long it took. Because realistically, it's not even that long. It's only been 2 months. By the way, that's what she said. But no, James Gunn has only been in the job for 3 months. 3 months realistically. So I don't see much of a hurry. Like, I get if by, let's say it's December of 2023 and there's no movie announced at all, there would be concern because now you would have a job for an entire year and we don't know what your plan is, you know? But yeah, president of the multiverse. Patrick says, hi, Isaac, why so serious? See Shazam 2? Yeah, we'll talk a little more about the trailer. I think that James Gunn does have a slate already planned. He just doesn't know when it'll release. Now, we do know recently he put out a tweet, and we'll pull it up later. On a tweet, he did clarify that it's going to come out before the end of January. I think part of the reason why we haven't gotten the slate this week or last week is because I don't think James Gunn wants it to interfere with this trailer for Shazam. He wants people to talk about the Shazam trailer. Right. And I guarantee you that's probably what they asked him at Warner Bros. They're like, hey, please don't interfere, because at the end of the day, if he dropped the slate today, the conversation wouldn't be about Shazam. It would be about the DC slate. And so I think it's understandable to give Usually when you drop a trailer, you can't drop a trailer for your same team in the same week because you want that focus to be on that trailer rather than this trailer and this other trailer or this trailer and this movie announcement. Realistically, that's usually how you want it. James Gunn saves DC. I hope so. Kamazu says no mercy. Yes. Right here on this channel, we have 3 guidelines. You strike first, strike hard, and show no mercy. Anyways, we got 10 people in the chat. Y'all smash the like button. Let's see how it is. We got 18 votes. 28% say yes, he's taking too long. 56 say no, give him time, and 17% say he's ruining DC. All right. So let's see where we go. Marvel is racist. They made a character named Namor, the Submariner, but made him some Mexican instead of the submarine. This is Hispanic washing him. I agree, man. I fuck Hispanics, man. I think all Mexicans should just go back to a country. They're taking our jobs, they're taking our women. And just kidding. All right. But I did love Namor. I remember someone on a stream. And I'm not going to say it's YouTuber because I'm not going to call them out. But I remember I was watching their stream and they were doing like a Black Panther review live. And one of their complaints was that Shuri, Okoye, Nakia, all these characters from Wakanda, they were pronouncing his name Namor instead of Namor. And I'm like, but that happens in real life too. And they were complaining that it's disrespectful to pronounce someone's name wrong. And I'm like, but that happens in real life. My name in Spanish is Isaac. In English, it's Isaac. So it's like, it's like, who cares? It's people just pronounce it differently based on, how they speak, their language, So it's like, it was so dumb seeing people complain. That was like the dumbest complaint. I'm like, no shit, they can't pronounce Namor. So they say Namor. It's easy. It's easier like that for them. Right? Let's see Derpy's comments. I want James Gunn to take his time. I'm just excited for the slate or chapter, which I want it now, but I want a legit universe with great story and writing. Correct? You've summed it up perfectly, man. To me, I don't care when the slate gets dropped. As long as we get good movies, as long as you get the audience on board, as long as you get the critics on board, as long as you get everyone on board, that is what DC needs. DC needs a coherent universe where we know where it's going, but at the same time, I want to go into a DC movies expecting a good movie. And that's something that I think every DCEU movie except Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 84, and Justice League 2017. Every other movie I like Birds of Prey, I liked Aquaman, Shazam, Zack Snyder's Justice League, BVS, but most of the general audience hasn't felt that way. I remember a lot of my friends, anytime I would give them a good review for a DC movie that came out after BVS, they would always be like, oh, finally DC makes a good movie. Like that was the general consensus. And that's the thing that DC really needs right now. They need audience trust. They need the trust of the audience. It doesn't matter what your plan is, as long as you can get people on board, and as long as you can get people to, when they think of DC, they think, oh shit, we're coming up with a good movie. That's what Marvel fans feel. When Marvel fans go to a movie, they expect a good movie, right? Anyways, I don't know if anyone feels this way, but to me, James Gunn as a person is like a Kevin Feige with his character. As a person, he just feels like DC Comics to me. I don't know about you guys. I mean, yeah, he feels like a fan because he's been fanboying about Marvel and DC characters way before he even got the job, right? Even in his Peacemaker Suicide Squad, he loved referencing things like Superman being shot by Bloodsport, Green Arrow being referenced, Batman being referenced, and constantly in his Twitter, he'll like be reading a comic or something like that, So let's see. Let's see. Oh, yo, what's up? Always remember, he says, have fun with Gunn's DC. I'm not interested anymore. Black Label movies are the future for DC to me. And look, again, as a customers, you're completely allowed to feel whatever you want. If let's say you don't trust Gunn, cool. At the end of the day, trust is something that is earned. For example, I can't just ask a stranger to trust me. Like you can't just ask some random guy to trust you because trust is something you build. So my hope is that you do like the Gunn movies. But at the same time, I'm also in the same position where, hey, if you don't trust Gunn and you're not excited for Gunn's DC, that's all right. Me personally, I just love Gunn's DC universe. Or I'm excited to see what James Gunn's done because I've loved what he's done already with Peacemaker, Suicide Squad, and even with Marvel. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. In fact, my most anticipated movie of this year is a James Gunn movie, which is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Even my favorite character in the MCU is actually Star-Lord, made by James Gunn, right? Like, I know everyone loves your Iron Man, Spider-Man's, Captain America, but my favorite character in the MCU is actually Star-Lord. I just love him so much, man. Uh, Superman needs to be young and it needs to have another reporter aspect, which is what I hope. The tone and powers is somewhat like Max Fleischer 40 cartoons, but the plots and villains super similar. Let's see. Where was I? Let's say Mr. Beast is taller than the top G. I don't even know their heights. Like, that's actually one thing I never really care about. Like, when I think of a celebrity or anything, I don't really ever think about their height, unless you're like Kevin Hart, which is he's known to be short. Um, but usually I never even think about it, unless like someone's either really tall or really short. That's kind of where I'm like, all right, so that's actually cool to know. I mean, what's Mr. Beast's height though? Or I don't know what Andrew Tate's height is. Like, I don't know any of their heights. I assume they're at least 6 foot. I don't know, 5'11", 5'10". I don't know. Isaac, which character do you think Chris Pratt should play? I have 3 characters in mind, which is Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, John Constantine, and Green Arrow. I don't know when it comes to, because James Gunn did recently say that he is going to bring like a lot of his friends into the DC universe, which is cool. I don't know. I'm very bad at fan castings. I've never been good at fan castings, but if you were to, let's say James Gunn called me up on the phone and said, hey, I want Chris Pratt in my DC universe. Which character do you think he could best play? I'll say Hal Jordan straight up. Now, there's maybe another character, but when I just my first immediate thought I'd say is Chris Pratt would be perfect as Hal Jordan. Oh, shit, I forgot my water bottle. I just now realized I forgot my water bottle. I thought I had it there, but I think I left it in the kitchen. Shazam and Blue Beetle on Peacemaker TV show season 2. Crap. I'm missing some of the chat. Let's see if I can find. Yo, what's up, Brad Clark? How you doing? He says I moved on from DC and said I'm creating my own superhero universe. That's cool, man. That's cool. Me personally, I just have a strong attachment to DC as a whole. I grew up reading DC comics, watching DC animated movies, the Dark Knight trilogy too. And so I'm just way too, like, I'm so invested in DC no matter if it's a good or bad times. Like I said, the most brutal year for DC fans was 2016 to 2018. That was like the most brutal time period, but the most brutal specific year was 2016. Because it just felt like endless amounts of shit just thrown at us. Because BVS was not loved, Suicide Squad was not loved. And so I just have such an investment for DC that I just care a lot about DC. And it's hard for me not to ever be in this position with DC. Like, it's just part of my life. Like, everything I knew, everything I loved was from DC. And there's just a lot of stories that I love that came out of DC Comics. Let's see. I hate MCU Peter. He doesn't feel like Peter enough. Feige wasn't cooking. Nah, I love MCU Peter. To me, he feels like a modern take on what Peter Parker would be. And he feels like Peter Parker, the insecure, anxiety-riddled teenager who's horny and has no idea what he's doing. He feels insecure about everything. That to me feels like Peter Parker. Let's see. That's awesome, Brad Clark. That's awesome. That's good on you, man. That's cool. I remember when I was like a couple of years ago. I think when I was in high school, I remember I used to do a lot of fan fiction, or not fan fiction, but what I would do is like I would write my own scripts for like things I would like. Like, I remember when the Batman movie got announced, I remember I did my own little script and had like there's a version of my Batman when it was announced that Riddler was gonna be the villain and that Pattinson was gonna be the main Batman. I actually have that on my Google Doc somewhere. I remember I had Two-Face was also in there. Like my version was a lot more different than the Matt Reeves version, but yeah. And then I remember before Endgame came out, I even did like my own script. And what's funny is I did this before the Endgame title got released. And if a lot of you guys remember, before the Endgame trailer came out, no one knew what the title was until the teaser trailer came out. I remember a lot of people were theorizing that it was going to be called Avengers Annihilation. I remember that. And I remember my script, I looked back at it like a couple weeks ago and it was called Avengers Annihilation. It was like my version of Avengers Endgame. Let's see. I'm going to try skipping some comments real quick. I look like Killmonger, bro. I'm freezing. Oh, let's see. BCCU. Oh, the Brad Clark Cinematic Universe. That's actually cool. I don't know why, but I thought you were going to put BBC. The BBCC. All right. Let's see. MCU Peter doesn't have much character dev. Are you trying to say depth, like comic Spider-Man, bro. Nah, I completely disagree. He feels like a modern take on what Peter Parker would be. Now, he's not my favorite Peter. My favorite Peter is still Tobey Maguire's. That's my favorite Spider-Man in general. And I would say his acting is not as good as Andrew Garfield's in the Shazam movies, but I still love what they did with the character. Not my favorite Spider-Man, but it's still a Spider-Man I loved. But anyways, I actually want to pull up James Gunn's tweet. Actually, Brad just noticed. Brad just noticed the comment. Laughing my ass. So at Lord Vortex just noticed, but nah, it'll be called something else. Yeah, because when I first read Vortex comments, I immediately thought in my head BBC. I'm not gonna lie to you. But anyways, in this topic, I am gonna pull up James Gunn's tweet that he actually recently put out. But before we go on, I do have social media platforms, both Instagram and Twitter, both at Sensei Isaac 69. Yeah, I changed my names on social media because I'm not gonna lie to you. I just felt like the Isaac the immigrant thing, I felt like it would complicate because I know some people feel uncomfortable with saying that because I don't know, some people are sensitive. And so I remember I was like, I'm gonna try figuring out something. And I think I was just watching Cobra Kai and I'm like, bro, Cobra Kai is like one of my favorite shows out there. It's actually disappointing that Cobra Kai is actually coming to an end, unfortunately, but that was part of the reason why I changed my name. But yeah, my social media account. And also I have a second channel, link in the description down below. I have been uploading more consistently there. So shout out to my second channel, link in the description down below. The BBC. Andrew can act. Yeah, Andrew Garfield. Look, he's not my favorite Spider-Man. That's still Tobey Maguire. But if I'm talking purely based on acting, let alone the Spider-Man movies, and just outside, to me, Andrew Garfield's by far the better actor. And I think that was more proof when No Way Home came out. Because to me, he just stole the spotlight every time he was there. And yeah. Tasm 1 is the most comic accurate Peter. Only thing he's kind of missing. No, I would say Toby is the most accurate. But I do love Andrew Garfield's. I do love Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. One thing I do love about Andrew is there is more depth with that version. Like, especially the idea, because realistically, if you were raised by your uncle and aunt, you would probably have questions about what happened to your parents. Why are your parents not in your life? I always found it weird that Tom and Toby's versions and literally most versions of Spider-Man never went into that. And I love that Andrew Garfield did go into that. But anyways, let me try finding James Gunn's tweets from 2012. I'm just kidding. Love all Spider-Man 3. Yeah, I love all 3 Spider-Men. I think they're all great. I think they're all great. They're all unique in their way. And I remember one time I was on Max's channel. I remember he asked me like, "Hey, which one do you think is the worst Spider-Man?" I remember thinking, I feel like that's a bad way to question it because I don't think because when you say worst, you're implying that whatever that thing is bad, right? And so I remember like just being like, no, I straight up love all the Spider-Man. You know, I think they're all amazing. I think they all have their unique versions that are all equally great. I just prefer Tobey Maguire's because Spider-Man 2 is my favorite movie of all time. I think Spider-Man 2 is a movie that just gets far better every time I rewatch it, realistically. But let me pull up James Gunn's tweet. And we'll also get into more topics later, but like this isn't like a stream where I have like so many topics planned. There's just things I have on top of my head right now. But let me try finding James Gunn's tweets. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Oh, he's retweeting Harley Quinn. That's cool. Okay, here's the tweet I wanted to pull up specifically. All right, so let me share screen. Here's his Twitter, and boom, canceled. I'm just kidding. All right, let me actually read some of the chat before though. Oh, here's your ranking: 3 Tom, 2 Andrew, 1 Toby. Let's see. But anyways, Bale, Ben, Robert Pattinson, Batman, definitely way. When it comes to my favorite Batman, still Ben Affleck's Batman. But anyways, let me read James Gunn's tweet. So he put out this tweet January 20. Wait, what day is it? God damn it. Today's the 26th. Oh shit. Why did I feel like this came out recently? Okay, it says we have hundreds of roles to cast, as I've always done. Some will be brand new faces, some will be actors I've worked with before, and some will be actors I've never worked with. What matters most is the actor fits the role. Sorry, Gotta fucking hell. Why do people text message me when I'm streaming? All right. Anyways, I've never worked with before. What matters most is the actor fits the role and they're easy to work with. And I think that's implying that some of his like people that you've seen him work. I think Dave Bautista is a guaranteed. I think Dave Bautista is guaranteed to be in a DC movie eventually. I know he's been fighting to be Bane, right? And so that is one thing he put out. Now, another thing he put out, and I'm just kind of reading this along the way. Wow, this all happened a while ago, and I didn't even make videos about it. Well, here's a picture of him reading a comic. Oh, so the picture of Adam Warlock. We never got to talk about that. There is one tweet that I. Oh wait, it's on his replies. God damn it! God fucking damn it! All right, let's go faster. I'm not even using the goddamn mouse. I'm stupid. 1.4 million. Let's see if I can find it. Oh shit, he actually put out the Shazam trailer himself. That's actually cool. I mean, he is a DC leader. He should do it. Let's see. Where was the tweet? Okay. He actually put out this funny tweet that I liked. And somebody asked him, somebody was asking him when he will announce his slate. He said January. Someone jokingly put 30 January 3rd, and then he put before the 32nd. So that is confirmation that we are going to get it sometime in January. So that looks cool. Let's see. What does Vortex say? Bro, when I think of James Gunn hater / DC Twitter user, I instantly picture that Wonder Woman profile picture you pulled up to show the tweet. Dave Bautista should be Bane or Killer Croc. I think he's gonna be Bane. He's been active on trying to tell people that he wants to be Bane, which what I think he fits perfect. I think he does feel like he could play a Bane, you know. But yeah, so there's the confirmation. We're gonna get it sometime in January. We're on the 26th. So next week, sometime around next week, we're gonna get it. Now, that more than do you really think he's gonna announce like 10 movies? I feel like at most 5 movies, and that's gonna be considered like the phase 1 of his DC universe. That's kind of like how I see it, right? But yeah, that's really about it. There isn't much to say besides, all right, cool. James Gunn's coming in. And he's going to be dropping that slate on January. And guess what? No matter what happens, you're going to have motherfuckers complain about it. You're going to have Max complain about it. Like, let's not deny it. Max is going to make like multiple streams being like, yo, why? How dare he make Superman young? Okay, who cares? But anyways, no. That is the slate as of now. But yeah, anyways. Let's see if I can find any more topics to discuss. All right. Let me check the votes, the polls. We have 21 votes. 24% say yes, he's taking too long. 57% say no, give him time. And 19% say he's ruining DC. Again, if whoever thinks he's ruining DC, please let me know. All right. Please just go into details why you think he's ruining it. Superman Year 2. And we know it's not going to be a straight up origin. But it is going to be something around that level. But anyways, I actually want to talk about something that is DC related that I actually found out today, and I didn't even notice it. So I did a trailer reaction for Shazam: Fury of the Gods, and I want to put it here on the screen. And apparently, Wonder Woman's in the trailer. Let me see if I can zoom. What the fuck is not loading? So right here, you see this is Wonder Woman, the black hair, Gal Gadot's black hair. It looks like the Wonder Woman suit because the Wonder Woman suit's like it's all like bare shoulders. It looks like it. And there was a leak. There was a leak not long ago actually saying that Wonder Woman was going to cameo in this movie. And I think that makes sense because I do think it's important for the DC to emphasize that this is a connected universe. To me, there's no point in calling yourself a connected universe if you're not going to act like it. And you know, what better way than to be like, hey, look, Wonder Woman exists. I do hope up. Damn it, why did I say that? I do hope that this isn't just a faceless cameo, because we are done with the faceless cameos. Just give us the damn actors in the suits. But I also wonder, does this clarify that Gal Gadot's gonna be the future Wonder Woman? Right? I think that's that's a good question. I think that's a good question that we can bring up, right? Because we know that there will be certain scenes removed from the Flash that were supposed to have Cavill Superman. We know that. But if this was just a cameo and James Gunn really wanted to emphasize that these actors are not staying, I feel like he would have done the same with Wonder Woman. I think straight up. So I think if we see Wonder Woman here, this means that Gal Gadot is going to continue as Wonder Woman. And I feel like even if she wasn't going to be in it, I feel like by now they would have clarified that, right? But I think Gal Gadot's staying. I think so. So realistically, we're only going to get soft reboot. But yo, we got Ryan Cinematics is right here, DCU fan. He says, hey, Isaac, I say give him time. There's still 4 to 5 days left. And yeah, you did confirm that we're going to get the slate before January ends. That is the confirmation, right? And I'm excited. To me, I'm trusting the process. I'm just going to trust and see how it goes, right? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter when he drops the slate. As long as the movies are good and as long as he can get the audience on board, that's all that matters. That's really all that matters, realistically. But no, yeah, I think this is confirmation. Wonder Woman's going to be in it. Wonder Woman's suit looks too metallic, to be honest. Are you talking about like the suit in general, like this Wonder Woman one? I mean, I think it makes sense. It's armor. Because remember, in this DC universe, Wonder Woman is not bulletproof, right? She's not bulletproof, as we've seen already. And so to me, it makes sense to make it armor. And I think that's good. Now, I'll admit it's shitty armor. Sorry, but if your armor's only covering you like these parts, but you have like bare skin everywhere, then that like means jack shit nothing. But yeah. James Gunn and Peter give better Batwoman. I feel like when it comes to Bat characters that aren't Batman, you shouldn't focus on them until later on in your cinematic universe. That was one of my issues with Batgirl. I feel like if you're making a DC universe, you need to clarify your Justice League first, clarify your Green Lanterns, your Batmans, your Supermans, and then later down the road, then we can pick up the pieces and continue with future characters. I feel like that's how you do it. It's like Marvel right now. If a Shang-Chi movie had come out early on, like around the time Iron Man came out, Hulk came out, I feel like that movie would have flopped in the box office. No one would have cared for a Shang-Chi movie. But because now Marvel is at a place where they've already had their entire universe, they've already had their big events. Now they are in a position where they can make movies about these lesser characters. And I mean, DC, before Zaslav came in, fucking Warner Bros. Greenlit a Wonder Twins movie. How the fuck do you greenlight a Wonder Twins movie, but not a Superman sequel, a Man of Steel sequel? That was the one dumb, ridiculous thing from the previous Warner Bros. Regime. How the fuck do you have a Wonder Twins movie, but no DCU Batman movie or no Superman movie? Not even a Green Lantern movie. That was one of the things. By the way, I'm going to get my water real quick. Y'all stay there. I just got to get it real quick. So I'll be back in a bit. So give me a second. All right, I'm back. Your king has returned. All right, let me turn on the camera again. All right, have to get my water bottle. By the way, Barcelona is in the semifinals of the Copa del Rey. And I'm excited. I'm gonna be honest, it's been difficult watching soccer ever since the World Cup because I'm still in that mindset of celebrating the World Cup. because again, it's gonna be the only time in my life I get to celebrate a World Cup because ain't no way USA is ever winning. Ain't no way Mexico's ever winning. Ain't no way they are. So, you know, let's see. So, let me see. It's to distract the enemies. I guess so. But I'm sorry, I don't care who. If a woman's attractive and she's still trying to fight me, I'm focused on fucking kicking their ass. I don't care. I'm just kidding. But yeah. I mean, no. What else is there? But no, the Shazam trailer was actually good. I was surprised by the song choice. Yeah, y'all could tell in the trailer. But the thing is, I feel like every time a Shazam trailer drops, I'm surprised by the song choice. I remember the first ever teaser that came out, I believe, had a Kendrick Lamar song, the first teaser for the first Shazam movie. And then the second trailer had "My Name Is" by Eminem. And then the first trailer for what was it? Fuck, what song was it? I know it was an Eminem song, but I can't remember which one was it. I can't remember. And then this one had a Drake song. I remember when I heard "Start from the Bottom Now We're Here," I was like, "Oh shit!" And by the way, I actually like it when they use kind of like pop culture songs for trailers, as long as your trailer is good. Like for example, I remember when that Suicide Squad trailer came out and they had Bohemian Rhapsody by Queens. That was an amazing trailer. I'm actually very fascinated with trailers. I love a good trailer. Just hypes you up for a movie. Like even that Transformers movie that came out, they played a Biggie Small song, and I was like so surprised by it that now I really want to see this freaking Transformers movie. What does Ryan say? Did you see a tweet from at home of DC Universe that said there will be a Warner Bros. Discovery upfront showcase? I actually had no idea. Let me see if I can find it. Home of DC Universe. I think that's the guy that messaged me once. I think so. I remember one time there's this big DC account that messaged me, and I can't remember why. I actually want to see that. Let's see. Home of DC Universe. I don't remember why he messaged me. I think he was frustrated with me. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can find it. I don't think I can find it. I'm too lazy to find it, but I swear I remember this guy fucking messaged me once. Drake better than Kanye. I don't care. I don't really listen to their music enough. I mean, I don't know. I've never even been the biggest Drake fan. I always thought most of his music was mid. Similar to Kanye though too. Like I'm not the biggest Kanye fan when it comes to music specifically. Like I was never like, oh, I love this guy. I was more like, all right, there's a couple of songs I like, you know. But that's usually how I feel with most musicians. Like I really don't care enough to like look into it. I actually want to see who was the one that tweeted at me once. I think it was like home of DC Universe. It probably was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was that guy. What the heck? I can't remember why he messaged me. Yeah, here it is. I actually want to read. It was around the time when Zaza first came in. Oh, okay. Now I remember, and I'm not gonna put out the tweet, but so what happened was I made a video criticizing scoopers, and this guy came out to me on Twitter and he said he agreed with me. But the thing I found stupid about his messages, is then he was like, "Well, I have some scoops that say that Saffron is gonna have some." I don't know what he said, and I'm like, "You're doing exactly what you said you were against." Like, bro, like people get mad at me anytime I say this, but I don't trust scoopers. Yes, there will be certain scoopers that I will look at more and be like, okay, I believe you more than this scooper. But I'm so done with the scoop game. The good thing is I've actually stopped caring about scoops. Like I'll like make videos and be like, all right, this thing happened. Some people say, but I always emphasize in my videos that this is a maybe. This is a big, big maybe, right? But I'm like looking at his messages, and he messaged, the first thing he put was, so it's a video that I made called "Scoopers Take the L After Shocking News of James Gunn." Oh, this was when James Gunn came in. And he said, "Hey, I just saw your video and I definitely agree with you. Things need to change with these scoopers. I will say, though, there was one guy who heard Saffron was in the mix." Oh, and he was showing that he did tweet that Saffron would be in charge. Um, um, And yeah, that's when I first heard of him. Like I had no idea who he was. But anyways, I'm not gonna reveal any messages. But he's like, I think he was trying to clarify that he hates scoopers, but he was trying to say that he is a good scooper. And I'm like, who cares? Who cares? I don't. To me, at the end of the day, I just don't trust scoopers in general because a scooper could make something up their ass and be like, "Well, my source," like me right now, I could say, I don't know, fucking Jeffrey Dahmer is gonna show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and boom, if it happens, oh my god, now I look like a genius. But if it doesn't, I look like an idiot. Who cares? Like I don't care about scoopers. At the end of the day, their job is to spoil a movie, and it's so stupid. That's why I just stopped caring. That's why I stopped caring. That's why, like, that's part of the reason why I don't even like watching Max's stream because then he like pull up like a Sill video, and I'll be like, bro, I stopped caring about Sill ever since the James Gunn stuff happened. Like, I literally stopped even thinking about his content. Like, there was a time where every time I was like ranting about this guy, but then after that, I was like, all right, he means nothing. And I think I started realizing how little movie talk felt to me once Argentina won the World Cup. I think when the World Cup came, to me, the World Cup was so important that it took me out of movie talk for a while. And when Argentina won the World Cup, every movie talk conversation ever felt useless to me because I was just celebrating Argentina winning the World Cup. Dale campeón, dale campeón. Man, I was so excited. But anyways, let's see what else I can find. But yeah, I remember laughing that this fucking guy was like, "Oh, I hate scoopers, but I'm also gonna tell you that I'm a good scooper." Like, okay. That's like me. That's like being like it's like being like I'm anti-racist. Like I hate racist people, but don't fucking spics should go back to their country. It's like it's kind of like you're just kind of like you're like just saying something, but you don't mean it because you're contradicting yourself within a couple seconds, right? That's like saying I get pussy, but I'm also a virgin. Like, bro, like that's the same thing. Like I don't know, but I don't care. But anyways. Let's see what else I can find. By the way, there was a new Dungeons and Dragons trailer that I actually wanted to talk about, and I kind of want to give my thoughts on it because I didn't get to make a video on it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Boom, pull it up. Pull up them old 2012 tweets. By the way, who the fuck even pulled up James Gunn's old 2012? Like, who the heck takes the time out of their day to just go look at somebody's past tweets? It's so stupid. But let's see. What was I looking? Oh, Dungeons and Dragons. All right, let me talk a little bit about the trailer. Let me talk a little bit about the trailer that came out 3 days ago from Paramount themselves. The homies at Paramount. God dang it. I can put music. All right. Let's see if I can put myself up. Let's see. All right. D&D got me like I'm gonna be completely honest with every single one of you motherfuckers. All right. Oh crap. No. Don't play the trailer. Don't play the trailer. All right. I have never played a single game of Dungeons and Dragons. I have never. In fact, I don't even know what the fuck you do in the game. I just know you just make up stuff on the spot. I'm not saying it's bad. I've actually wanted to always play one game of Dungeons and Dragons just to see why people love it. And so going into, I've never even seen that 90s movies with Jeremy Irons. Or I think it came out in the 90s. I don't remember. But I have never cared for Dungeons and Dragons. And when this movie got announced, I didn't care at all. All I knew is Chris Pine's going to be it. Maybe I'll watch it. Then the first trailer dropped. And I was like, oh shit, this actually looks fun. But the second trailer, I'm actually now excited. It's not in my most excited. Like, I'm not going to be like day one, the trailer drops and I'll be like, yeah, let's go, baby. Like, I'm not going to be like that. But this trailer definitely got me like thinking, damn, this actually looks like a fun little twist on movies like Princess Bride. Like it feels like a fun twist on it. And it feels like a real game. Then I love it. And the characters look like they're going to be comedic. They look like they're going to have good chemistry. And I just like that they're kind of accepting a goofy nature while also going full on and like the craziness. I like it when movies go crazy. As long as you're not going stupid crazy, that's when it gets bad. Thor: Love and Thunder is an example of that. Wonder Woman 84 is an example of that. But as long as you have the right amount of crazy, bro, your movie's going to be great. And this movie looks like it's going to be a fun blockbuster. This looks like it's just be this little fun movie. You go in there, you grab your popcorn, your soda, whatever you fucking use, you fat ass motherfuckers. And then you're going to have fun with it. You're going to have fun with it. And this trailer delivered that. I'm not a dungeon. I've never played a single game of Dungeons and Dragons. You know, you can always tell somebody's a Dungeons and Dragons fans based on how many bitches they. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, no, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. I saw the trailer and was like, holy shit, this actually looks fun. This actually looks fun, right? So I'm actually excited for it. I forgot what this guy's name is, but I know he was in Detective Pikachu, and I always see him in like random things. He was also in the Jurassic World movies. I know or not Jurassic World movies. He was in the second one, Fallen Kingdom, which I think he's good in everything he is. Although it feels like he's being typecasted as like the nerd who's like insecure and he does dumb things. Like it feels like he's being typecasted as that a lot. So I'm actually excited for this movie. I cannot wait for it. I think it's gonna be a fun movie. It's to me, I'll use Black Adam as an example. Black Adam is not this great movie that I'm gonna buy on 4K or whatever. It was a movie. I went into the theater. I had a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I ate popcorn and then went home had a good time. I feel like that's what Dungeons and Dragons is gonna deliver, right? And I also like kind of these medieval movies, like Lord of the Rings. Game of Thrones, of course. And I like it when they kind of go into the past and kind of put it in that setting. And I love that. But yeah. Ryan Cinematics, DC Universe fan says, I guess I'm saying the whole thing, just put Ryan. I understand. I don't trust Scoopers either. It's just this is the only rumor I believe. Yeah. I mean, no, I always go into the mindset that Scoopers can be right. Right. And this is what I say. To me, a good scooper admits when they're wrong because it shows me that they care enough to tell their audience that, hey, I have information. I'm just not going to be right all the time. To me, that's what every single scooper should do. But one of my issues with scoopers currently is that none of them ever want to admit when they're wrong. But the thing is, your audience needs to know when you're going to be wrong. I'm sorry, but if you're a scooper that can't admit you're wrong, then you're just a shitty scooper. Like even Daniel RPK, I remember one time he came out and said that he was wrong. And you know what that did? That upped my respect. That got me to follow him because it showed me that this guy cares about us getting the right information. And that's why I give Ryan so much problem. That's why I didn't like your Casey Walshes or your Syl Abduls, because all of them came up with this egotistical, cocky attitude, coming in being like, guys, I'm always right. And if you dare disagree with me, then you're a fuck face. That's why it's hard for me to even trust scoopers, because I know most of the time they come in with ill intent. That's why I just don't care too much about scoopers. But yeah, sorry if I went into that big conversation. I just feel like people are so easily lied to, and it's just sad. It's just sad to see people being lied to like that, right? 70% of viewers are most likely going to be Stranger Things fans. I bet my soul on it. Why though? Like, is there someone from Stranger Things in this? I don't know. But I'm excited for it. I don't think this movie's going to do too well in the box office because, again, Dungeons and Dragons doesn't really have that much of a reputation. Like, yeah, you're going to have like your hardcore nerds going in there being like, oh, I only know one person. I only have one friend that loves Dungeons and Dragons, that he plays Dungeons and Dragons. And even he was like, oh, I don't like it because they're not going accurate to the source material. I'm like, how the fuck do they go accurate? This is a movie. How the fuck is a movie supposed to be accurate to a fucking board game? Like, bro, go outside, touch some grass, touch some pussy. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm just kidding. But I remember he being like, it's not accurate. I'm like, how is it not accurate? And I think he said something specific about a spell or something. I'm like, bro, you sound goofy right now. Shut the fuck up. Just watch the movie. But then again, he doesn't like a lot of comic movies because they're not accurate. Like, I remember this. He's like the only guy I have ever known in my life that didn't like Captain America Civil War, and his only reason is because they didn't go accurate. I'm like, bro, just judge the movie based on how it is. Even if you don't like the movie, I don't care. I don't care about comic accuracy. Like, I care to an extent. As long as you're doing due diligence to the characters, that's great. But comic accuracy means nothing, because at the end of the day, some of the best comic movies are not even accurate. X-Men Days of Future Past, that's not accurate. Captain America Civil War, that's not accurate. Infinity War is very loosely based on Infinity Gauntlet. That's why I don't care. Just give me a good movie with these good characters and then see how it is. As long as you honor what you've had previously, that's good. I don't care. But that's how I've always felt. I forgot what ISTG means. I stand a God on my mama. If Quantumania leaks pop up in my feed, I'm going to throw myself out the window. Well, I'll say this. I've always came to realize, after years of like loving Marvel, I came to realize that in order to avoid leaks for Marvel, you have to kind of silence your social medias for how long? I would say like 2 weeks, because when in the first 2 weeks, that's when like the real spoilers get out, you know. But anyways, rent on Amazon. That's cool. Citrine Ewu 71. What's up, Citrine Ewu 71? He says, "Have you seen Battleship? Literally the accurate board game movie." I've actually never seen the movie, nor have I played the game. But that's cool. But I do remember the one friend of mine that plays Dungeons and Dragons was like complaining, he only saw the first trailer. And I don't know. To me, I don't like it when people go straight into a movie hoping it's bad. That's one of my issues with movie fandom. Like some people will just go into a movie hoping it's bad. Like your geeks and gamers types, they'll go into a movie hoping something woke happens so they can complain. And I'm like, why the fuck are you spending $10 or $12 on movie tickets only to want to hate the movie? Right, like that, like why? Like why do you go into movie one? Like I can get if you see a trailer and you're like the movie doesn't look good, it's not for me. Like that's all right, that's all right. And even if you still go watch it, that's all right. Like whether you decide to watch it or not, that's up to you. But I just don't like when people are like, "Well, I want this movie to be bad." Why? You lose at the end of the day. You pay your money and you end up losing because you don't get a good experience and you lose your money. Like it's like what? Like that, I don't like those kinds of people that just go into a movie. Like I remember um, I had somebody on YouTube, and I'm not gonna say this YouTuber. I'm always if someone says something to me private, I'll always keep it private. But I had this YouTuber friend of mine that said he hoped Black Panther Wakanda Forever was gonna be bad. And I asked him, why do you hope it's bad? And he said something like they disrespected T'Challa. And I'm like, okay, I get it. And I agree. To me, I think T'Challa should have been recasted. And I said that 2 years ago, way before it was popular. But I always said T'Challa should have been recasted. But he specifically was hoping it's bad so that people can realize. And I'm like, why would you hope for it? You would hope for them to do good. Why? Why do you hope it's bad? That's why I didn't take his movie review serious, because I'm like, I can't take your review serious if I know you're going to go in there hoping it's bad. Like, I can't take you serious at that point. Like, to me, your opinion matters nothing anymore because to me, I already know you're going to go into the mindset that you're not going to like it. So it's like, that's why I was like, all right, you know what? You do you. I don't care. To me, I'd rather a good movie. I always care about a good movie. I don't care if the trailer looks bad. I don't care if anything looks bad about it. To me, I always hope for the movie to be good. That's my hope all the time. Right. And if it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. Cool. Like, you know, Lord Vortex says, not the issue. Issue is that they even pop up when they type something like Gideon and stuff. Oh, yeah, that is true. That is, it's difficult. Realistically, if you want to avoid all spoilers for Marvel movies specifically, you kind of have to avoid all forms of social media besides maybe Discord at most, or Snapchat maybe. I don't fucking know. But like your Twitters, your YouTubes, your Instagrams, you're not going to, unfortunately, people love uploading spoilers for some reason. So realistically, spoilers, you would have to 2 weeks in advance. Not like I remember when No Way Home came out. I remember I would like search up a video, right? Or just go on my recommended, and everything was No Way Home, Aunt May dies, Tobey Maguire's return. The good thing is I was able to avoid it because I remember for a long time, every time I would go on my phone, I'd kind of be like this and go to my subscriptions. That way I would like avoid seeing any form of spoilers at all. So, yeah. Anyways, I also want to talk about the new Scream trailer. I noticed I wasn't able to talk about Scream, but since I talked about Dungeons and Dragons, I got to talk about Scream. Now, this I was excited for regardless. Let me pop it up here. Yada, yada, yada. Let me see if I can get it up. That's what he said. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see. Okay, so here is the trailer. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Scream 6. Scream 6, the latest chapter and installment of the Scream movies. Now, I'm actually my favorite horror movies of all time are the Scream movies. I think the first Scream movie is a masterpiece in horror. The fifth Scream movie is amazing. I was amazed by how great of a movie it is. And I love it because it's such an open meta commentary on the horror genre. All these movies have been. I'm not the biggest fan. Like Scream 2, 3, and 4, I think they're okay at best. They're okay. They're not memorable movies I can rewatch, but Scream 1 and 5, they're amazing. And the trailer for Scream dropped, And what I love about it is it's no longer in the little town of what was it called? Was it called Middlesbrough? I think that's the town. But one thing I love is it feels like Jason Goes to Manhattan. It feels like that movie. And I love it because it's you already see this is a unique Ghostface. Like you got Ghostface in the city of New York, straight up going to people and just murdering them on the spot. And this is like one of the coolest shots. Where is it? Motherfucking Ghostface has a shotgun. Bro, he ain't playing. He ain't got a knife anymore. Now he's coming in with a shotgun. Like, that's alpha. That is big penis. That is big penis energy right there. Motherfucker doesn't care. He's going to kill you. And the trailer was great. The trailer was great. I know this movie. I think this movie is going to make more than the fifth one. Not only because a lot of people love that fifth movie, but I also think Jenna Ortega, the hype on Jenna Ortega. By the way, I don't get why there's so much hype on her, and she's a great actress, but there's like so many people just like simping for her. I'm like, God damn. What? But I feel like this movie will make a little more just based on the Jenna Ortega aspect of it all. But like I think if Wednesday came out, X came out, like everyone just loves her out of nowhere. But this trailer looked good, and it looks like it's gonna go into like I feel like this new Ghostface. There's like a moment with her statues. There's Courtney Cox. Like he has all the suits from all the previous Ghostface, and I feel like this is gonna be kind of like a meta commentary on the true crime genre. Like I feel like the conversation about this movie will be about how people are so in love with like serial killer stuff now. Like the Dahmer series came out and became the most popular thing on Netflix. When the Ted Bundy movie came out, everyone was simping over Zac Efron as Ted Bundy. People want to hear about true crime, and I feel like that's what this movie will go into, and I think that's good because right now we live in this time where people love simping for serial killers. Well, not now. This has always been a thing. When the Nightcrawler, or not Nightcrawler, when the Night Stalker was arrested, Richard Ramirez, a lot of people simped for him. Ted Bundy, same thing. Jeffrey Dahmer, same thing. And people love learning about serial killers, and we now live in a culture where people love just hearing about it. And so I like that the Scream movie is kind of, it feels like it's going to address that. Like you have this guy, this rich guy who loves Ghostface, that he has all the suits that Ghostface has had in the past, and he's coming out to kill. And I like that. Yo, what's up, Axel? He says sell Scream to Netflix. That would be funny. Wait, who is it made by? Oh, it's made by Paramount. Yeah, Paramount. So yeah. But the trailer looked good. I love that they're kind of. I know that the writers have been saying there's gonna be a twist to this Ghostface. And one thing that always excites me about Scream movies is trying to figure out who's the serial killer. Like, who is it? Like, that's always been the cool thing about Scream. And so I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I remember watching the Scream 5 was the first Scream movie I ever saw in theaters. So it was cool to experience Scream on the big screen. And so I get to do it again with Scream 6. So I'm really looking forward to what they're able to do with that. HBO, Fallout, and Jenna Ortega. I like Black Panther too. I liked it too. I don't think it's as good as the first Black Panther, but I still liked Wakanda Forever. And I can't wait for February 1st because it'll come out on Disney Plus. And I actually want to rewatch the movie. I want to rewatch the movie because I want to give my thoughts the second time, because I only watched the movie one time in theaters. And so I want to be able to dive into it a second time around and see how much I like it or how much I dislike it based on my second viewing. Right. But yeah. Netflix fans projecting themselves onto Jenna, and Wednesday got me like, all right. Actor from Arrow in it. But no, I thought the Scream trailer looked really good. I thought it was really solid. Excuse me. Been talking for too long. Crap, what time is it? 6:44. All right, I'm good. I think I gotta end streaming by like 7:30. By that time, I do have to end my little stream. Right. But no, the Scream trailer was really good. I thought it was really solid. I really loved the idea of what they're going into. Just seeing Ghostface with the freaking shotgun looked badass. Like, I won't lie to you. Like, to me, when I look at Ghostface with the shotgun, this is what I think.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why
The GOAT!
But yeah, I'm excited for it. Against the Scream movie, the first one is great. My only thing that does devastate me is that the character of Sidney Prescott's not coming back. I forgot what her name is, but I believe that she decided not to come in because she felt like offended by the paycheck that they were giving her. She felt like she was owed more money. And you know what? She's your main actress for like 4 movies in a row, right? And to disrespect her like that, like I do wonder how much was it though. But if she was willing, because this is the actress, she is most known for Scream, so why would she not come back? And I imagine, I wonder how insanely low that paycheck must have been for her to have to walk out like that. But yeah, it's unfortunate. This is gonna be a Scream movie without Sidney Prescott. She's one of the identities of the Scream movies, so that is the unfortunate thing. Although you could see in Scream 5 that she was not the main character; she was just more used for nostalgia bait. It was great to have her. Unfortunately, we're not going to see her in it. They did bring back Courtney Cox. Still, I'm not going to say who dies because I know in some of y'all probably haven't seen the movie and I'd rather y'all wait, but there's a major character in the 5th movie that dies. And I remember it was like one of the saddest deaths ever. And I remember a scene, Ghostface kills him and he's like, it was an honor killing you. And I thought that scene was always like so cool because he is like a very well-known serial killer. I'm just kidding. Or a very well-known character. And this serial killer got a hold of it. But yeah, what else? I don't think I have any other topics today. I'm actually going to look. Let me look on Twitter and see what other topics there are. But yeah, y'all smash a like button. If you're watching on the replay, y'all let me know in comments what you think about everything. Do you agree, disagree? Whatever it is, let us know in the comments or in the live chat for those in the live chat. I think I might go on Max's stream later. If he streams today, I might because I do want to go back to streaming with some people a couple of times. What other topics has there been? Let's see. What other topics? I have no idea what to talk about. If you guys have any topics to talk about, y'all let me know in the chat. But I mean, I covered Scream, I covered Dungeons and Dragons, and I covered Shazam, and I covered James Gunn. But let's see if I can find anything. I guess we'll talk a little bit about this. I'll talk a little bit about this just because I've never gotten to talk about it. But it's Hogwarts Legacy. Because everyone knows J.K. Rowling's in a lot of fish. By the way, this is not my Twitter. This is Movie Man Studios. I follow him. I like him. I've talked to him before. He's a cool guy. But this is not my account. He has far more followers than me, right? But yeah. Yo, what's up, Kavari? The biggest Snyder shill out there. Bro, I was talking to Kavari privately, and this guy will not stop simping for Zack Snyder. Like, I think this man wants to marry Zack Snyder. I'm just kidding. What's up, Kavari? Talk about your recent controversy. Ooh, what's my recent controversy? Ooh, I don't think I've ever been in any major controversy on YouTube. Besides that thing that happened a year ago, like, I guess the Ezra Miller stuff also was a part of it, but I've never been in a serious controversy. Like, I've never been on like a major one. I would say the Ezra Miller stuff and that thing that happened with a certain YouTuber who shall not be named last year. I think that's the only times that I've had major controversy. But yeah, IGN went follow Harry Potter game. I know, but no. By the way, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I like the movies. I like the Harry Potter movie. I've never read the books. I never cared enough about the books, but I like the movies. I think all the movies are good. They're not like these movies that I love that I grew up with. There were movies that I didn't watch until I was a teenager, I think, and I like the movies. What else was there? What else was in? Oh, the Fantastic Beasts trilogy. I think they're decent movies at best. But I've never been the biggest Harry Potter fan. But there is controversy with J.K. Rowling. And there's people who are boycotting it, and there's people who are like trying their best to buy it. Because I know that what's her name, J.K. Rowling said like some transphobic things in the past. And by the way, and the only reason why I bring this up is because I was watching a stream, right? I was watching a stream, and I'm again not gonna name any names because I don't want to put someone on the spot. But I remember this one guy was saying that people are pretending to be offended about this, and yeah, there's always a lot of people that pretend to be offended over things. Don't get me wrong, but I actually did search up J.K. Rowling's tweets, and now I don't think I found them all. I found like 3 tweets at most, and I mean, look, I can get her frustration. I can get JK's frustration. She grew up in a different generation. She's lesbian, so she did a lot of like. You have to realize that a lot of gay people, a lot of lesbian people, bi, LGBT people, a lot of them, at least the ones that are like above the age of 30, like 30, 40, around there, a lot of them don't really get the trans situation. And to me, I've always been live your life as long as you're not shitting on somebody else's rights or shitting on anyone else. I don't care whether you're making a joke like Dave Chappelle. Now, I would say that Dave Chappelle's a little different. Like, to me, Dave is definitely innocent because he's just making jokes. And to me, I think you should be able to laugh about anything. To me, any joke is available as long as you're not being like straight up shitty to someone. As long as you're not being straight up shitty to someone, that's all right. I don't care. And so Dave Chappelle, to me, who cares? I like Dave Chappelle. He's actually a funny dude, and I thought his jokes were funny. It's like Dave Chappelle makes jokes about everyone. It's the same thing I say about Family Guy. Family Guy makes fun of everyone. I don't care. You make a joke about something, that's cool. But the J.K. Rowling stuff, the thing is, I actually read her tweets, and while I don't think she necessarily tried to, what it felt like was more somebody who didn't understand the trans issues. And look, by the way, I'm not trans. I'm straight. I'm cis. I'm literally nothing like that. But I do believe in everyone has a right to be whatever they want. That's cool. As long as you're not infringing on somebody else's rights, as long as you're not trying to take something away from somebody else, I don't care, right? But J.K. Rowling's tweets did come off as shitty. And I'm sorry, but if you're a trans person, you're going to feel shitty, right? And I hate that there were so many people being like, oh, she didn't say anything transphobic. And I'm like, I mean, she did, but she also had some points. They were transphobic, but I also understood her position. But I hate when people were being like, because I saw this one certain YouTuber, and I'm not going to say his name, but he was saying like, I read all their tweets and they weren't transphobic. What do you mean? They were diminishing the rights of trans people. But at the same time, I'm also like, hey, if you want to watch, by the way, J.K. Rowling has already made money, but if you don't want to play the game or whatever, that's up to you. That's up to you. I just personally just hate that people are like, oh, you shouldn't be allowed to boycott something. It's like, what do you mean? J.K. Rowling did put out some transphobic stuff. Like, that's facts. She had interesting questions. But like, I do think you should be able to ask questions. That's something you should. But it did come off as condescending when you actually read the tweets. But that's all I wanted to say. I just want to be like that. But anyways, Kavari says the Rainbow Squad tried to cancel a game that had nothing to do with JK's comments. Well, no, if you are involved with it, then it is because you could also make the argument with my channel. Let's say I go on Twitter and I start shitting on white people. Let's say I go on Twitter and make fun of white people. I could easily be like, my channel has nothing to do with my tweets. But that's a lie because I am involved with this channel and I'm involved with my Twitter. So I completely disagree with that. But yeah, that's just how I feel. That wasn't really controversy. It was a black and white situation. Someone you was in the right and someone else was in the wrong. And what I hated so much is that people are trying to tell other people how to feel. That's the thing I hate. Like, I hate when people tell people, oh, you shouldn't feel offended. And then other people being like, oh, you should feel offended. Like, there are certain times where I am like, okay, you could say that. Like, for example, let's say me and Kamo are joking around. And let's say eventually I make a joke that really feels shitty to him. I hate when people are like, oh, you shouldn't feel that way. Why? Why? You're not in that person's position. I do think sometimes people are too soft, but I just hate when people are like, you shouldn't feel this way because I said so. It's like, no. People are going to feel the way they feel. If you feel anger, that's because you feel anger. If you feel sadness, you're going to feel sadness. right? And so to me, if you want to boycott the game, cool, do it. If you want to play the game, cool, do it. As long as we can come to an agreement that it's understandable if people feel a certain way, because because unfortunately, J.K. Rowling's comments were transphobic. They were, right? Now they were interesting questions, but they were transphobic, right? I hate when people just tell other people how to feel. That's the thing that I hate, right? That's kind of why I wanted to bring up, because I never really got to talk about that. But anyways, let's see what else there is. And I also hate when people are like, the gay people, the LGBT people are so easily offended. Every group is easily offended. Snyder fans are easily offended. Snyder haters are easily offended. Everyone gets easily offended. The only thing is you have to specifically follow a certain group in order to really, because if I go out there and I look for gay people that are offended, then I'm going to find that. You're just going to be able to find that. That's why I don't like that. And I also I hate when people lump in all people into one group. That's the thing I hate, right? Like, you could say this about literally anyone. If you meet one bad Mexican, you could also now say all Mexicans are bad. Obviously, that's not true. But we're not going to say that because in society, that's not deemed as acceptable, you know? But yeah, that's just quickly my summation, my sum up. And this isn't even opinion. Like, we live in this time where people are so sensitive to opinions. Like, you'll have some people be like, it's my right of opinion. Cool. You have your right. You can go on YouTube, say your opinion. But people also have the right to criticize your opinion. I see people always complaining about my opinion this, my opinion that. Shut the fuck up. Learn to realize that people are going to disagree with you. And when people disagree with you, you have a conversation with that person. But you have so many people being like, oh, this is my opinion. I feel like I'm not being respected. Respect is earned, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. Suck it up, man. Let's see. What tweets could I find? Oh, Jarbo tweeted. Oh, Fire James Gunn is trending. What the heck? What? I just saw a tweet. What the heck? All right, let's see what else is happening. Oh, this is a good topic. Let me see if I can pop it up. But I gotta pause it because it's a video. All right, let me put it up. All right. Oh crap! I don't like it that there. Boom. Oh nope. Nope. All right, there we go. So this person put out a tweet saying Captain Marvel's overhated, but y'all not ready for that argument. I'll admit she's right, but at the same time damn it, did I say she? My bad. He, that's a guy. I don't like the movie. I thought the movie was mediocre at best. To me, it's a show. It's all right. Or did I say show movie? Damn it, I cannot speak right now. I'm actually too tired. Excuse me. All right. No, but Captain Marvel, I thought was a decent movie. I didn't like it all that much. I thought it was mid at best. There's like moments in the movie that I love. Like, I love the scrolls. I did love the scrolls. What else did I like about the movie? I like seeing Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury again. I thought Lashana Lynch was great as Maria Rambeau. I think she was great. But for the most part, I thought the movie was decent. When it comes to overhated, I actually agree with that, even though I didn't like the movie myself. But I do think the thing is, like I was saying early, people go into movies not wanting to like it. And I feel like that's what happened with Captain Marvel. People were so offended by Brie Larson's comments that they went into the movie wanting it to be bad, right? They went into the movie being like, I want it to be bad so that I can shit on it. To the point where people literally went into theaters, took pictures of their empty theater, or I think it was just like a couple of people, but they took a picture of an empty theater and were saying, look, people, no one showed up to Captain Marvel. That means Disney's lying about the numbers, which could be possible. But the thing is, your proof, that photo could easily be faked. Because I remember when I went to go watch No Way Home, not No Way Home, Venom Let There Be Carnage. I went in early. I was one of the first few people. I could have easily taken a picture and been like, look, no one wanted to go watch Venom Let There Be Carnage. No one wanted to see it. But the thing is, that is actually incorrect, Because you know why? Because people then showed up. That's why I don't believe everything on the internet. You got to be very careful with what you believe on the internet. You have to be very, 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 very careful. But yeah, those are my 2 cents on nonsense. Anyways, I'm ending the stream off. I do want to stream maybe with somebody else later tonight. Like maybe I'm gonna stream with Max or someone like that. Depending if anyone goes live, because this weekend I'm not gonna be busy. So that's why I am gonna stream tomorrow around probably a little earlier. But I am gonna try streaming tomorrow. But God damn it, Michael, why are you showing up now? I was about to leave. No, but what's up, Michael? How you doing? Guess who's back again? Shady's back. My hair's kind of long, bro. God damn. I remember like when I first cut my hair, like back in the summer when my hair was like really long. I remember like when my barber was like sweeping my hair. She like there's so much hair that like it didn't fill up the entire trash can, but it filled up like half of it. I remember her being like, "God damn, you're making me sweep." But I remember when I had long hair. I remember when I cut my hair, so many people on YouTube were like, "You know what? Here's what I noticed. When I have my hair long, a lot of women compliment me. But when I have my hair short, a lot of men compliment me." So that's kind of why I grew it up, because I'm like, bro, I don't want men complimenting me. I want women complimenting me, you know, because I don't care. I don't care about men's opinions. I'm just kidding. But, well, I'm not really kidding about that realistically, but yeah, I'm just kidding, Michael. It's all right, man. Thank you for being here. I might stream tomorrow earlier, not like around this time, but a little earlier. But yeah, a lot of men. What? Like what I'm trying to say is when I had my hair short, men would compliment me. Like they'd be like, "Oh, that's a nice cut. That's nice this, nice that." But when I have my hair longer, like this, more women compliment me, especially on YouTube. I noticed that. I remember a lot of people were like, "No, Isaac, why'd you cut your hair?" The only reason why I really cut my hair was because it was getting so long that it's like harder to shampoo. Because when you shampoo, you have to go into scalp, but not only that, but you also have to shampoo like these like bottom parts. So you have to go all the way in and that. But I do like having my hair like a little, like I like having some length like this. Like to me, this is like my best hairstyle. I remember when I was in high school, I would get like fades all the time. Like I remember like once a month, I'd always get in my nice little fade, get like trimmed up and all that. And I remember that's how it was. That's how it was. That's how it be.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb. It's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb.
But anyways, I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I'm gonna invite people for tomorrow's stream. Today I just kind of wanted to do a solo dolo, you know, go on my own for a bit. But tomorrow I will have a stream with a panel, do whatever I can. So yeah, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for staying tuned. Y'all smash the like button if you're on your way out. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it? That thing you do. Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it? That thing you do. Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Cinderella, I think I'll find your glass slipper, baby. Cinderella, I think you found your prince charming in, baby. I don't know much, but I do know that I'm feeling you. Hope that one day, maybe someday you'll be feeling me too. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know.